Hello, it's Friday again. This is my other video I said I was going to shoot. To give you a rundown on some of these Saturday games. Really not much I'm seeing, guys. It's basically a lot of David and Goliath games. Um, uh, but some guys like to take those, I guess. My only advice is take either the spread or the over/under. Don't take them both because Vegas is pretty close on one of them out of the two, and we'll talk about Vegas too. I want to kind of bring this up before us because I keep thinking of these things while I'm watching and recording and stuff. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I found here. I see the Florida Atlantic Ohio State. You got a minus 27.5 from Ohio State, um, and a 66 over and under. If I were to take one of the two, I would take the spread and take the Buckeyes and the minus 27.5. But again, 66 points. I mean, you're basically waiting on one team to do all the scoring. Another one here is the South Alabama versus Nebraska. That's a minus 36.5. I don't know about that one. I would stay away from the spread and take the over under and go under on that one. Again, Nebraska will probably be doing all the scoring. You got the East Carolina and NC State. Wolfpack. This one's a little bit better. This one's a minus 17 for NC State, and they're at home, so take that one for sure. That's a gift, I think. Again, over under, I'll stay away from. Duke, Alabama. You got Alabama at minus 32.5. Alabama is notorious for being under. I mean, not being under. Sorry, by not covering the spread. I think it's going to be another one of those games. So I would take Duke in that 32.5. Georgia State at Tennessee. I think the spread's too much. The over under. I don't see Tennessee scoring that many, and I don't see Geo State scoring at all. So let's go with under the 57.5. And then you got the Georgia Vanderbilt game. I would. This is one of those ones you do both. Okay, I would take Georgia and the minus 22.5, and I would go over the 57.5 because I think Vanderbilt will score a couple of touchdowns in this one. And the reason why I said that is because Georgia is going to be one of those teams that they're going to have to either go win. They have to win all their games. I don't know why I can't remember these words sometimes. And if they lose one, well, they're going to have to make up the committee's mind a different way, and I think kicking the shit out of some of these teams. Even a team like Vanderbilt, if they do half decent, which is what you're depending on, and you're shown to beat Vanderbilt by 30 points, will actually carry some weight in the committee at the end of the season. So what I wanted to talk about is I watch other YouTube channels too on guys, and there's a couple of guys here that seem to they basically they think the way I do, and they seem to pick the same way I do too. One of them is winning cures everything. I have them on. If you look on my channels on my my page, you'll see that I have them there. And the other one is called. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Yeah, well, it does have channels. It's just not showing me. It's called In the Red Zone. These are two YouTube channels that I think if you listen to them, I think you guys it'll carry you a long way. What I wanted to talk about was the money lines and the way the money moves and the over unders and the point spreads and stuff like that. And I got a lot of people wondering why people don't change their mind when the spread seems to change from, let's say, a 4.5 to a 6, and how come people aren't changing their mind? I don't understand. I've never understood that, why that should change anybody's mind. How is the movement of money going to change the outcome of the game, unless you have a conspiracy theory that Vegas has something to do with the outcomes of the games, right? So, I mean, if you don't, then obviously moving the money, that's just where the money is going. I mean, that's Vegas saying, we got too much money on Georgia, let's get some on Vanderbilt and and change the spread a little bit, maybe to siphon some of that money over to the other side. Not because Vegas doesn't pick one side or the other. Vegas wants every game to have the equal amount of money, because then they're not responsible for any losses that they might incur, because they are basically brokers and they make their 10% cut, and they're very happy with that. So watching these money lines, I don't never understood that. You know, I mean, I do look at it and I do wonder why, right? But I mean, in the end, it's because they basically uh, just want to balance out the money. And I've been watching some documentaries on some guys who, some high rollers who literally will change the money line on some of these games on purpose, right? Because they want to bet the other way. But I never understood that. So if you follow money lines, you'll have to leave a comment and explain to me why that changes the outcome of the game. So that's about it for the Saturday's games that I didn't cover on my other channel. If you look on my other channel, I covered the ones that are on the pro line and the more significant ones. I take a look at that one. I've done really well on Thursday. I did well last week. I realized it was only 2 games, but I picked them both right. And I did really well last night too. I think came in at 85, 90% yesterday. So again, it was only a handful of games, but better than being a loser, I suppose. So check out the other channels, guys. Leave a comment, subscribe, share, and check out those other websites. I keep calling them websites. YouTube channels. In the Red Zone and um, Winning Cures Everything. So have a look at those guys' page too. And good luck to you this weekend. This is the weekend to make some long shot and underdog money. So I've got all my money bet on long shots and underdogs. So because like I said, this is basically where you're going to win it this week, next week, and maybe the week after. And maybe, I'm hoping that there's still some really juicy picks during the course of the season. But halfway through the season, then you start to know who's good and who's not. But anyways, good luck. Have a very good long weekend. It is Labor Day long weekend. Hope you win lots of money. Let me know if you did, and let me know if I had anything to do with it, because I would really feel great about that. So thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you for next week's game, or I'll probably punch in a video on Sunday or Monday about the results and see how we did. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.